You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Anger Management After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Anger Management After Show.
Hey everybody, you're watching AFTERBUZZ TV tonight. Bing is for doing, and we are doing it live tonight in the studios. This is episode 4 of Anger Management, Charlie Sheen's breakout show. And tonight's episode is actually Charlie and Kate battle over a patient. We have a special guest tonight we're really excited about. We have Katlin Mastandrea in the house tonight. Right. I will get your name right, Katlin, I promise.
Oh, you did.
And I'm one of your co-hosts, Derrial Christon, and I also have...
Hi, I'm Leonelli.
And hello, I'm Kaissi. Welcome.
Well, we're really excited because Katlin's going to talk to us about her episode. She starred tonight.
Premiere episode.
Premiere episode. So we are really excited that you're joining us on your premiere night. So, Katlin, we know that you're from Inglewood, Colorado, and that you began acting very young, around the age of 3, is it?
Not that terribly young, I'm afraid.
But your breakout was around the age of 10, right? That's when is that where you went and had
10, your 12, 13. Yeah, I look 10.
That's all that matters is when you play, right?
That'll work out good when you get older. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
So we know you have won several awards, and you've done a lot of talent shows, and you were discovered by a casting director, correct?
And that's what got you on Criminal Minds, correct? Yes. Great show.
Great show. And so from that, you left Colorado, and you came out to LA and got the Criminal Minds, and then you just blew up after that.
I suppose so.
Yes. Don't be modest.
And a lot of people don't know, but Katlin is not only, she's like a double threat. She's not just on Anger Management, she's also on The Middle as, what's your character's name?
Weird Ashley.
Weird Ashley. We're going to get into why that name came to be. But first, tell us a little bit about tonight's episode. What did you think after watching it for the first time with us?
A little embarrassed on my part because I'm afraid of my voice. But overall, they did keep some of the really funny lines in there and all the different characters. And it's nice to see me and my compadres on there. And
yeah, you've got great comedic timing.
You do.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
Very adorable.
I agree.
And your intro was very interesting because you were with a study group. Your character is friends with Charlie Sheen's daughter on the show. So are you scheduled for several roles? This is a reoccurring role. Is it like the full season, or is it about...
I'm in 2 more episodes this season.
2 more episodes? So what was it like working on set?
It was really cool, and this show was multicam instead of single cam, so we got it done really quickly.
Okay.
More than I'm accustomed to. And just watching the process, the writers going back and forth, changing lines from base camp to the set was pretty funny.
Wow.
So when it's multicam as opposed to single cam, does that mean that they don't have to do as many takes?
Because they have, like we had 4 cameras, so it would be lining up here, and then one was coming out of a closet. So you have all your angles. That way you don't have to do too many takes.
Right.
Oh, great.
Right. So did you guys get to play around a lot then? Did you feel like you could be, you weren't having to do, some of the same lines over and over again, so did you feel like you couldn't play around as much, or were you kind of trying to stick to to the dialogue that they wrote?
We'd do it a couple times, and whatever the director said, then he'd liven us up a bit, or try it this way or that way, and then while still rolling, so it was really fast-paced.
And was that fun for you? Fast-paced? Good.
Well, I noticed that in this particular episode, you guys were in your study group, and it reminded me almost of American Pie, because you guys were sitting there telling your stories of how you had your quote-unquote sexual relations, which was pretty risque to start off with your first starring role, on the episode tonight. So what was it like kind of dealing with that topic and working with the other actors in the group?
Fortunately, we all knew, some of the other people... The youngest is like around 13, 14, who actually plays her age, but all the others are older, so we can get the jokes.
Right.
That's important.
Well, she got the joke too. She's like, no.
Yeah.
And
it's FX, so they can push the envelope a little. But your line about and was he wearing a condom was hysterical. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, and so the camaraderie of the group, you guys, I'm sure you guys have a lot of fun. And are you laughing all the time? Were you laughing a lot during that scene? Because it seemed like it was pretty funny.
it was very funny. And then, like, if we stumble on a couple of lines, we'd go over the lines a bit. And then they turned to us, like, some of the extras didn't hear the script, so they're going, condom?
Right.
And your mother actually watched the episode with us tonight. So how did you feel sitting there with your mom watching the episode with us?
To be honest, fine, because we make those jokes in the car.
Oh, hey, go mom.
Yeah.
We need to get mom in here, too.
I know. Fun.
Cool mom.
I love it.
So yeah, she taught us from basically, okay, here's what you need to know. We got the whole awkwardness out of the way, now I just make jokes.
Hey, that's
That's
the way
really
to do
great.
it.
You know, I feel like that's great to have a mother that does like that. I feel like, you know, like boundaries and parenting boundaries. It's like we saw a little bit on the episode tonight of, you know, when parents have something like a book, you know, your kids get into what you have. So almost being cool and allowing it to happen rather than like cutting it off completely, I think is healthy, you know, to kind of be in that. Wow. How would you guys feel if you had a kid that found a book like that?
I have worked with children a lot, and I think the way to do it is sort of the way they did on the show tonight. Like Charlie just he just addressed her. He's like, "Hey, I heard you're talking about sex with all your friends." He just went straight for it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's just like you got to just do that. Hey, this is what it is. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not make it a big deal. It is what it is. Obviously, you know, use discretion in how you say it. And make it appropriate for whatever age you're dealing with. But yeah, I mean, I say just go for it. Be honest.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I guess this scene was a little personal because when I was a kid, my father, he probably will be very upset that I'm saying this, but had Playboys, and I did accidentally stumble upon a couple of them.
Accidentally.
So it was a conversation in our house. But you know what? Like you were saying, it's very important to keep the open dialogue with the kids.
And then you probably joke about it in the car.
Yeah.
Like Caitlin, right?
Exactly, with the cool mom.
Right. See? That's how it's done.
And I also noticed that we got a chance to see a little bit more about Charlie's parenting skills tonight, speaking of parental boundaries. I would love to have Charlie Sheen as a dad. What's it like kind of working with him on set? Is he like a father figure with the character that plays his daughter?
Yeah, and then just around, because our group is like slated for like younger girls, he even watches his language while around us.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
A few times he goes, I'm sorry. We're just sitting there going, we've heard worse, but thank you.
Right, yeah, I'm sure. And people are probably expecting him to be real, you know, wild and whatever. And yeah, I have heard that he is very, like, conscious of the ages of the actors and actresses that are on the set, which is nice.
And very professional. Yeah. Very professional. Yeah, that's very...
Yeah, and then because he was very protective of his daughter tonight, as we were talking about earlier when he found the book. So it was really cool to see that side of him because, you know, I believed him. Like I felt like that's really how he is as a dad. So that was really cool to see that different side of him.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. As far as the character Olivia, where are they developing the character to go? Like, what do you foresee it kind of changing in the future with the character?
Well, she definitely is on that stringent of, you know, boys, condoms, that particular region of interest. And there are more jokes like that, funnier even. But so far, I'm not entirely sure. I think they're going to develop her more as like a friend or whatnot, and why she's so sex obsessed.
She's described as the type of character who says more than she actually knows. Correct. So. Do you have fun sort of like saying those lines and like, I mean, you're obviously older than the actual character, but is that kind of fun for you to like kind of play like you don't really know what they mean, but you're sort of, that must be an interesting little dynamic.
They did cut a line in there. It went on further, like talking about loins, and then she's going, what are my loins?
That's so cute.
She only knows the buzzwords.
Right. That's so cute.
Now,
I love that.
In high school, where like when you look at the kids that were that are on the show tonight, were those like your friends, or like are you more like the weird Ashley? Which character better fits you as you were in high school?
Yes.
Well, I suppose up middle school, I went into homeschooling for high school because I kind of got sick of all distractions and just. But up until like middle school, I guess I was kind of weird Ashley-esque, except not to that extent. More of like silent and just kind of like okay, whatever. If I said what I was going to say, you would be in shock.
Right. So you just kept it in.
Yeah,
More
I
like a
kind of like
wallflower.
blended in.
Yeah.
Like, all right, whatever. It's going in the car.
It's great.
Right, exactly. Which must be interesting for people who knew you then to see you doing these amazing, fun characters like Weird Ashley and Olivia and stuff, because you're a character, like you're great, and I'm sure there's a lot of you that comes out in that, and you're very funny naturally.
You're
so
really funny.
yeah, it's fun to watch.
And is there one of the two that you like playing a little bit more?
Suppose Olivia, because she does have those one-line zingers.
Yes,
She does have some zingers.
That's exactly what it is, a zinger.
And you deliver it very well.
Well, if anyone hasn't seen the Weird Ashley episodes, why don't you tell them where they can find it, Lauren?
Well, you can look up on YouTube. You can find Weird Ashley. I watch some of your stuff, and she's on The Middle, which is on ABC. And you're coming back in the next season?
I hope so.
Or
Hopefully,
you don't know that yet.
They just left it. I'm with everyone else at the cliffhanger.
Okay, great.
And I think they can also find it on Amazon.
And on Amazon, correct? You can buy any season you would like. I think they're on season 5 of The Middle. No, am I?
I think season 3.
Oh, is it 3?
3, yeah.
3? Okay, I'm jumping a little ahead. And while you're on Amazon, it's a really awesome thing to do is to, if you're going to shop on Amazon, what we like to do here at AfterBuzz is we like to go on the AfterBuzz website and then click on the Amazon banner. And then that way, anything that you buy on Amazon, which we know has like everything, you can find anything, and we get a little kickback here on AfterBuzz, and you don't have to like sign up for anything or, make any extra effort. It just helps us out a little here. So
it's a great way to show the support.
I think so.
It's fabulous.
And we also love when they, let us know what they like about the episodes and comment and rate. So it helps us to make a better show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to bring in great guests like Katlin, who is all smiles and making me smile.
I know. I know.
Thank you for that, Lauren.
Yes.
Now, we also have the topic of men versus women, which seemed to come up a lot in this episode. What was your feeling on that?
Well, in the episode where Charlie has his therapy session, there is something where she says that men and women are wired differently. Yes.
Which they are.
I actually read, if you guys want to know a little piece of trivia, I actually read a while ago, and I found this very, very insightful with men and women. Did you know that women speak an average of 20,000 words a day?
What were men?
Like way lower.
But what would you think men were?
If women are 20,000 per day, men are probably 5,000 per day.
Men speak 7,000 words a day. So that right there just shows you the fact women communicate differently, men communicate differently. I think men communicate in actions more.
Yes.
Women are more emotional. They're more verbal.
Yeah.
So it definitely, I thought that's the first thing that I thought of when they struck on this whole men versus women, and also the power struggle too, because Selma Blair's character steals one of Charlie's patients, which, by the way, I just have to say, I want to like Selma Blair's character. I want to like Selma.
People have a problem with her.
She just, again and again, she just disappoints me.
Why? Why do you say that?
I don't like the fact that she sleeps with her client, number one. I don't like the fact that she steals a client. I think that's unethical. I think that you should. And
he kind of wanted to, he wanted to go to her as well. I'm not going to put it all on Selma.
Charlie stole him back, though.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he really went in there and did that romance novel swoop off your feet,
which is hilarious,
which was great. But right, I mean, I feel like he was mad. Patrick was mad when he left the first group therapy session because he was being ignored, and Charlie was claiming this was his, type of therapy that he wasn't going to feed into his passive aggressiveness. So he was ignoring him on purpose, and Patrick was angry. And I think he went to Selma Blair to, get help from her and maybe to kind of passive aggressively piss off Charlie. Yeah. And Charlie, I think, stole him back. So I'm going to play a little devil's advocate with you, Dua.
Well, she started it. I will. She really did, and I don't know. And I don't know what it is about her character, and I'm trying to find her character essential. But I feel like the more Charlie Sheen's character gives into it and sleeps with her and does all this stuff, I'm actually judging his character. I don't know what it is.
Okay,
She
I see
just
what you're saying.
I love the ex-wife. I think that's great. I love the whole story. I love everything else, but it's just her character. And maybe Selma Blair plays it well. She plays it really, really well. But her character just gets under my skin.
See, I have to disagree with you because I like the component that they bring with her character being the kind of almost deceiving therapist, I'll say.
Right.
I think it gives a little edge to the show. I mean,
agree.
you know, I like that, you know, it almost takes it off of Charlie in the show.
I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like about it. I mean, she's the focal point of the deception more than Charlie is, which everyone would expect Charlie to be that person.
Saying. I think I think that I like that she kind of, we've talked about this before, she sort of is a little bit more of a male energy than him.
Yeah.
He's very like parental and a little bit more female, and she is like it's kind of about sex for her, and we don't want to like each other, which we talked about is usually more the man's role. Which I kind of like that they're doing that little dichotomy.
I see where you're going. I respect your opinions. I just disagree.
Now, Katlin, we're talking about men versus women, but like, you know, what's your viewpoint on boys versus girls? Like she was saying that women talk more than men. Do you think that even in the younger age group that girls talk more than boys?
Yeah, it's gone over my head a few times. I usually hang out with the guys.
Oh, you're the guys, girl.
I like that.
So does that mean that you don't talk a lot?
Well, I guess the topics. I like video games and stuff, and they're sitting over there talking about boys, and it's like, it's the same stuff over and over. He has a good haircut, I know. And I want to go talk about killing something, please.
Yeah. So you fit, but you find that boys, like, they express themselves a little less than, you're listening to a lot of, like, girls, like, chatting back and forth, and the boys just kind of hang out and sort of talk, but they'll play video games or do other things more active.
The stuff they do talk about, I understand. So.
Yeah, well, hey. But you agree that they talk, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think that you notice it as a teenager.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're more like the tomboy.
Yeah.
That's cool. So now do you and your, like, I know you have a little brother that you brought to the studio today with you. Do you guys get along pretty well? Or you, because you're like the older sister, right? What's the years in difference?
5 years.
5 years. So were you tough on him, or are you tough on him, or are you like, pretty cool with him?
You beat him up?
Cool. No, I beat up everyone else.
Oh my!
You protect him. Are you like the protective older sister?
Whoa! I like that, Katlin.
Yes. Some people pronounce it cat, so I just go fine.
Yeah, there you go. Give it to him.
Well, you can give him a lot of advice after playing on Anger Management as far as like relationships.
Totally.
By the time he's up in age, you'll be able to help him out a lot.
Exactly.
I'll be hiding behind the door. What's that? Your sister?
Yeah. Like watching and protect. Yeah, I like it. That's good.
So what's kind of like your favorite character to play? Are you, I've read that you like a lot of comedy, and I heard that you like to make a lot of people laugh. Even at a young age, you were kind of the youngster who were making the family and your friends laugh. So what's your favorite character type to play? Are you more comedic, or you want to be moving into the more drama side of things?
I mean, I do love comedy, because I suppose natural talents and whatnot, but I still like drama. Like that some of like creepy kind of drama stuff, like different shots. I don't know. So
like almost like horror, like suspense, or
quite horror because it freaks me out, but kind of like that subtle creepiness. It's not quite there, but it's like suggested.
Like Kevin Spacey type stuff. He's like that subtle kind of creepy sometimes. Yeah.
Excuse me, but I suppose something in between, like a dramedy. I suppose dark comedy.
Okay.
Dark comedy.
Okay. I can see you doing that.
And a little slasher film. I feel like you want to do a little slasher film in there.
A knife? No.
Maybe you. Hey, I like that. You could be the killer.
That's right. That's the subtle like creepiness that you could bring in.
I have nothing. I do have socks that say I didn't do it.
Okay, there we go. It's a start.
It's a start.
So sorry.
No, you go ahead.
So if you could work with any actor, like your favorite actor, like who's on your list of like people that, because I'm sure you have a list at home of people that you're like ready to work with. Who's on the list?
I suppose that whole Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, that whole team.
I could see you playing Helena Bonham Carter's daughter in something.
Yeah.
I said it here first, guys. I just want to let you know.
That's your exclusive. AFTERBUZZ TV exclusive. That's right.
I am just saying, you've got that look, that jawline. Yeah.
You look,
in the next
like her.
Tim Burton movie.
Oh.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
We should go into casting.
I also read that you like Jim Carrey. So do you have like any Jim Carrey impressions that you can do?
Lahoo, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Okay, another exclusive. You need to star with Jim Carrey in an upcoming movie for sure.
Totally. You have the facial, you can totally contort the face like him. That's great.
I have studied Ace Ventura many times.
Oh,
Great movie.
such a good movie.
She went to Ace Ventura College.
Yes,
she has her BS.
That reminds me, actually, if you would like to look at any Jim Carrey old films or download some of his old movies, you could go to several places outside of just Amazon. You could also go to iTunes, where you can actually not necessarily go for Jim Carrey, but you could go for AfterBuzz TV and go and download all your previous episodes. We're on episode 4, as we mentioned tonight, but you can definitely check out our previous episodes and give us a little rating and comment and subscribe. Or you can also go on AfterBuzzTV.com and look at the videos and live feeds there as well. But definitely go to iTunes.com, give us a little ratings and comment, because it helps us to improve the shows each week and give you more for the next coming weeks.
Yes, it does.
All right, so set. So we talked about characters, and we talked about kind of your role and introduction tonight. We noticed something tonight that we were talking about earlier, that it seems to be some laughter going on during some scenes. We know
It happened
you
3
caught
times.
a couple things, like some bloopers almost like that. We want to get the behind the scenes footage on that.
Yeah, well, it started 3 times. So, and I can never remember her character's name, but the ex-wife. What is her character's name?
Jen.
Jen.
Yes.
So Jen, when she's talking about the book in the kitchen with Charlie the first time, she put her head down when she was saying the name of the book, and it looked like she wanted to laugh. And I love getting those little candid moments, because it seems like there's like great energy going on set. Like if you're about to laugh in between and they have to do another take, that's a good thing. There's another one with Charlie and the ketchup. When he went to go put the ketchup and he put it up, and then he put his head down, and you could tell the smirk. And then shortly after that, at the bottom of the steps with the ex-wife again.
Yeah.
And so I was just wondering, are there bloopers? Are there funny things that go on, on set? Do people,
pull pranks?
Like that one scene with the daughter, like the club when she's saying Beauregard. The actress Daniela, she's like from Canada, so slight accent, whatever. She had trouble saying Beauregard. She said Beauregard. Beauregard. She said it differently, so she had to say it a bunch of times. And she's like, Beauregard, no. I got it. No, just keep rolling, please. I can get it.
That's funny. So there was a lot of laughter happening during that, because we could tell, we could see it.
Oh, for sure.
When Jen, the ex-wife, turned her face right towards the camera after they realized that the book was, she was getting all the information. The daughter was getting all the information from her book. It was like when you're watching Saturday Night Live. Do you watch Saturday Night Live? I'm sure you love that. And I could totally see you doing something like that too. Sketch comedy stuff.
You get facial gestures.
But they do that when you see that on SNL, right? Like you see, Andy Samberg or something kind of.
Justin Timberlake did it all the time.
Right, but that's exactly it. It makes you feel like they're all friends and they're having fun, and there's a sense, and it's obvious when we watch. So sitting on the set, I'm sure you see it even more. But those little moments of like you see them about to laugh are just so good.
Well, it doesn't matter how good writing is, how good acting is, how good anything is. If there's tension on a set in between takes, I feel like it carries over for sure, and you can see it in the show. And it doesn't matter. You can be the best actor ever. So the fact that they're doing this, I feel like they're loose and they're like becoming a family. And it's I felt like I saw that this whole episode. I really enjoyed watching this episode.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Who would be a more strict dad, Neil Flynn from The Middle or Charlie Sheen?
Ooh, good question.
I'm probably going to have to say Neil.
Neil? I was hoping you would say Charlie.
But just like taking bits from the show, in the middle, Neil's character certainly does. He has that dad just goes, has very strict, even within his own family. Just some of the episodes, they just go, "Do you not hug?" No. And they just walks in the kitchen.
Right. The mom in that show, she's very like the rule setter in the middle. So yeah.
And now you play is it the wrestlerette? Tell me about this wrestlerette thing. Are they cheerleaders? Because I've watched the episode, the prom episode, which was hilarious, by the way. I'm going to get to that one too. But what are the wrestlerettes? Like, are they?
The episode was like a New Year's Eve stuff. So Eden's character, Sue Heck, was going to go, okay, she needs to do something. She couldn't get on the cheerleaders. So cheerleaders for the wrestlers. Wrestlerettes. And then the coach couldn't care half. The cheerleaders didn't know what, but she still had this little ragtag group of girls from around school to like one bailed, and then yeah.
I love it because I was trying to remember in high school were there wrestler cheerleaders. I remember basketball and not even baseball, but basketball and football, but never wrestling. So I thought that was a funny little twist for the show. And you guys are all kind of like the quirky cheerleaders.
Yeah. You got the angry one, the Mormon one, the
yeah.
Yeah, they all have a specific category.
Every stereotype.
Right.
Every category.
Yeah.
And can you give us a little insight on what's going to develop between you and Axel?
I honestly do not know. I hope it's like maybe whatever they left off in the prom, what happens after. I mean, if they did show that he's a good guy after all, he has that slight soft spot, so maybe develop that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What would you like to happen?
Possibly that, or maybe just maybe just friends or something, or where it actually comes out more, like what is it, Beauty the Geek or whatever. So that kind of storyline, or just on there. No.
Yeah, because he accidentally asked you to prom, and then we saw that he actually really cared and was So maybe they are trying to develop a little something there that could be interesting.
Because he hates the fact that she's there and won't get rid of her, and it's just
And you guys went to prom twice, right? Wasn't there?
Accidentally asked twice.
I love it.
Oops.
He's got to work on that, huh?
Well,
or was it accidental?
Oh, you're right. Was it? Was it accidental? The exclusive.
That's right.
Well, I think we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back with some news and predictions, and more with Katlin.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AFTERBUZZ TV. And why? Because AFTERBUZZ TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows, like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AFTERBUZZ TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AFTERBUZZ TV goodness. Check them out, give them a holler, and tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
All right, we have some exciting news and gossip. My favorite part of the show.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
All right, watch out, Canada. So Anger Management is actually going to be airing on April 12th, immediately following the closing ceremonies, which I think is great because everybody's TV is on, and they're going to start watching it, so you can get it in Canada now as well. The second week of FX, unfortunately, the ratings plunged from 5.5 viewers to 3.4 million, but for a cable network, that is not half bad. That is still really, really good. And I really think that the show is going to be quite good and will have some staying power in the end.
I agree.
So Slash, I don't know if anybody saw this. There was also YouTube Slash got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That.
I think that's great. And who other than Charlie Sheen spoke? He kind of gave a roast. I have two quotes here, which I think are hilarious. He starts the speech with saying, it's ironic that Slash is getting a star on the same street that Axel will one day be sleeping on.
Wow.
And then
that's a diss.
I laughed.
Oh, that's the clap diss.
Yeah. And then he goes to close the speech with saying, what an honor that you're going to be stepped on more times than the Coke that we did in the 80s.
Whoa.
That was a shock.
Did Axel make any comment after that?
Well, he was standing up, and then the speech was given, and then it was kind of like, everybody, but you could see him chuckling.
I don't think it was really open for him.
Well, that was Slash,
Probably.
but did Axel make a comment about it in the press?
I haven't seen it. I'm sure, but I haven't seen anything yet. So hopefully we'll have that for you next week.
Axel probably just kicked Charlie Sheen out of the show.
Exactly.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
And then, so this started as a joke. This started as an interview with Nigel Lithgow, who's the producer of American Idol, but it actually might happen. Charlie Sheen might be American Idol's next judge next year.
Well, listen,
I'm not even
I
kidding.
will tune in for that because J-Lo left today, and so does Steven Tyler. So all they have left is Randy Jackson.
Well, this is what I don't get. Well, I mean, I know that after Ellen DeGeneres, I guess maybe you don't need a lot of like music background. Does he have a music background at all? So this is what happened. So Nigel Lithgow gave an interview and talking about who they would want for the next judge. He said Jerry Lewis and Charlie Sheen. and that he wouldn't say whether or not he was joking. And so then Charlie Sheen tells TMZ that he'd be willing to do it under 2 conditions. Number 1, if FX will sign off on it and allow it. And number 2, if the money is right.
Of course.
So I think that would be hilarious, and I think that would get a lot of viewers.
Well,
Charlie Sheen is a judge.
Charlie Sheen is a judge.
It would skyrocket.
Of course.
Are you kidding me?
And there will
and then we could have Katlin on the show because Katlin has a musical theater background.
That's right, and you play some music. You play some instruments. You're running the guitar, right?
And the bass.
There you go.
Oh, we're gonna get to that one.
Oh my!
I want to hear about that.
You're like, I'm not done with you,
I'm not
girl.
done with you. You gotta stay.
Yeah.
Well, and then there was also the thing. Did you guys hear about how Charlie claims that he gave Winona Ryder her stage name?
I heard that. Now, what's that all about?
Yeah. So I mean, this is completely speculation here. Okay. She claims that she got it from a jazz musician that her father loved. But he said that I guess they were listening to Riders on the Storm, and he thought that would be. Yeah,
I've heard that before.
Yeah, a great thing that he gave her. And he's really upset that he never got credit for it, which I don't think that's actually true. How could you really be?
But what kind of credit do you need for giving someone a? I mean, is there like an award or something?
The stage name award.
What's her real last name?
It's very. I think
it's long.
It's well. I mean, I don't know what it is. Okay. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I was gonna. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just curious as I went to Ryder. I was just curious.
It's not anything like Ryder.
Okay.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah. And according to PerezHilton.com as well, a Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards are not speaking.
But she's going to be appearing sometime soon.
On the show.
Well, I mean, they shot that a while ago.
Right.
And I do have some, it's strictly gossip, but I do have an inside source that says that there was a little bit of tension on the set when they were shooting together.
Yeah.
But she gave an interview that said that they're like best friends and that they're like all about the kids and they really love it and they're best friends. However, somebody said that on the New York, remember that huge Hilton thing in New York that Charlie's now suing for?
Oh, right.
Right.
That after that New York thing, that apparently there's a lot of tension and they're not speaking according to friends and sources.
Okay.
So,
well, this is what I say to Denise. Denise, watch Anger Management and take on the role of Jennifer because clearly that's the type of relationship when you're divorced that you want to have. So that's my 2 cents.
yeah.
Well, she's also probably, well, I don't know how Charlie is an actual dad, but if it's anything like that, like on Anger Management, there should be no problems because he seems fabulous to me. So
he has a nook.
He does. He does, right? That was funny, little plug. That
a little plug.
Yeah.
I like when the mother was like, I should get a nook.
Yeah, it was good.
Is there more? More news we got?
I think that's it.
I have a little. There was a little Twitter war happening with. With Selma Blair.
Oh my.
Allegedly, she was at the Grove, and she was somebody that worked at the Grove was listening to her. You know, apparently she was complaining, standing in line with her. They said with her husband, as they tweeted this, that she was, really rude and whatever, just talking badly about her. And she went back on and kind of tweeted back and sort of defended herself.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, you know what? Even if she was rude, which she says it was completely untrue, that she wasn't being rude and that she was, it was totally misconstrued. Even if she was being rude, everyone has a moment. Everyone has a day.
Are we all rude in lines?
Right?
Are we all
like maybe something she had
Not
a reason.
Katlin.
Right. Yeah. Maybe she had a reason, but she also kind of came back with, "Oh, and he's not my husband." Because they're not married, but they have a child together. And so, but
2
anyway,
kids.
so she came back and defended herself. So
Well, I always find it really disheartening when people will print stuff or say stuff that's really just truly negative just for the sake of being negative. Like, oh, this person was rude to me, or oh, this person, did something. When, if I was famous, I have a lot of bad days.
that's what I'm saying, right?
And, and you wouldn't want somebody to take something that might have happened and completely
And
blow it
judge
out of
you.
proportion. These are human people.
Right.
That's it.
They have their moments. And also, I kind of feel like sometimes when people do that, like, oh, I saw so-and-so and she was so rude, it's like you're basically just doing that because you want to tell people you saw this person. You have an encounter with this certain actor or actress. And it's like, why? I mean, we live in LA. We see a lot of people. Just let them be.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Agreed.
I agree with you. So that's some great news and gossip we had today. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Now back to Katlin. Katlin, so we had kind of brought up something interesting. So we know that you play the guitar and you said you play the bass. I want to hear a little bit more about that because I was reading that you really like musical theater. And who are some of the people that influence you that are musical artists?
List in my head. I guess bands like Panic at the Disco.
Okay.
A lot of people from Fueled by Ramen, the company that backs all of them, like Paramore or
Oh,
Fun.
I like
nice.
Paramore.
Yeah.
Killers, Hoosiers,
Okay.
a lot of
Oh,
UK
cool.
bands.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And which do you like better, bass or acoustic?
Well, I know bass more than acoustic right now because I'm still learning, so I have to say bass just because I can get my fingering down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
Caitlin, can you do me a favor? Could you move your mic just a little closer to your mouth? I'm sorry.
We want to hear you.
I do want to hear everything you have to say. Thank
How's
you.
that?
Better?
That is better. Thank you.
All right.
Caitlin, I need to ask you, we're talking about, musical theater and what have you. I love musical theater as well. So I need to know, do you have a favorite play? Musical?
I have to say Wicked.
Really?
Wicked.
I was thinking you were going to say Sweeney Todd.
I haven't seen that yet, so I can't.
Have you seen the movie?
No, not yet. I still want to, though.
But it's your faves. You should.
Caitlin, you have a homework assignment.
Yes.
Yeah. When
And
you
I
come
want-
back on AfterBuzz, we have a listing of homework for you to come back.
Yeah.
And
And
make
you
sure
need
that
to
you did.
bring your guitar.
Exactly.
Next
We
time.
want to hear it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to hear you play.
Do you sing?
No.
Just play. Okay.
That was quick.
Now,
Nope.
do we see maybe a future band being formed with you? You have some friends that play and sing and
My brother does guitar.
There you go.
Halfway there.
over there.
You could be like Juliette Lewis. She sings in a band.
And I'll do your backup if you need me. Only if you need me.
You have a very Barry White voice.
You could. Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
Definitely a baritone.
Now, if you were not an actress, what would you be doing?
Marine biology.
Whoa.
Oh, no hesitation.
Yeah.
Artistic and smart. So you like, what do you like about that? Like, what excites you with that?
I suppose, like when I was in school, going, okay, gotta figure out what you want to do in life. Actor, that's on job. Okay, so I like math and I like science. What can I do with that? Ooh, look, fish. Marine biology, I get to swim, get to
Yes.
move fishes, I get to cure them.
Nice. and that must be fun because you're originally from Colorado and now you live in LA, so you have more of access to the ocean and things like that. So that's
Plenty
fun
here.
for you, right? Yeah.
Plenty to practice on here.
Plenty.
Yeah, there really is.
Plenty.
And
But-
I also know that you're going to college, so you are going for directing, correct? So do we see that in your future? Maybe some anger management or middle directorial debuts from you?
I'm not sure if anything right now. I'm just gonna try and shadow. Just
Okay.
take notes down like a little mouse in the corner.
But that's an awesome way to learn, right? Not very many people get to like see it firsthand on like, the Hollywood sets like you. Like
I
they
know
just-
sometimes when I'm on set and it's like, what you doing? It's like they usually go, Caitlin, why are you blank? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm taking notes in my head.
That's good though. It's all a collaborative process. I think
It
that's
is.
great.
Yeah.
It probably makes you a better actor too. Yeah.
More aware of the camera angles. and
Exactly. No.
What side you get? No.
Yeah. Hey, stuff to think about.
And tonight, one of the topics was, of course, the book, the infamous Satin book that was that was there. I know you like to read. What's one of your favorite books that you like to read?
I have a bunch of them in my head right now. I do read Kingdom Keepers and like Aragon books and reading James Patterson manga.
Oh, cool.
Manga.
Wow.
They're reprinting Sailor Moon, so I'm getting all those.
Wow. Yeah. Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
I feel like I haven't heard that in a while.
All the new ones and trying to get the ones without. Unfortunately for manga, some of them have like big boobed women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes the storyline's good, other times it's like, okay, this is just a little boy book.
Oh.
But the ones with that, it's like, okay, if you're a good storyline, okay, I will put up with it.
Yeah.
For I want to know what the end is.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And also, you are a pet lover. You have a dog. I love
do.
dogs. Do you guys have pets?
I love all animals.
You love all
I
animals. Do you have
am an
pets?
animal lover.
I do. I have a cat.
Oh, you
I
have
have a cat too.
What's your pet's name?
Charlie. Charlie Tuna.
Oh.
Charlie. Does Charlie get to come on set?
No.
Oh, you should have
He's,
Charlie
he's-
meet Charlie.
Well, on the middle, there's an actor also named Charlie, so.
Look at that.
I know 3 of them. 1 lives in my house.
Nice. What kind of a dog is he?
Dachshund, miniature,
Oh.
weenie dog.
I love
Aw.
those dogs. They're so sweet.
Mhm.
And that's the only pet you have, just him?
And a turtle.
Ah, turtle.
Turtle. Little, red-haired slider, about that big. He's
wow.
his name is Daggett.
Okay.
Daggett, because the show on Nick, Angry Beavers,
Yes.
Norman Daggett. Daggett, he's evil.
Nice.
He sits there in the tank and then he can watch you, so he goes.
Cute.
I love your. I want. Can you be on my taboo team because like
totally right?
You know, because
charades,
master
taboo.
Over here. I mean, your
Yeah.
words and your descriptions. Like I
And
want
your
you on my
facial
team.
expressions.
You're gonna be like the hidden weapon. I'm not gonna tell anybody that you know how to do any of this stuff and
Yeah.
just bring you to the party.
Exactly.
Although you did just say something right now, so I think your cover's blown.
Oh yeah, you're right. We'll have to wait a couple months.
Darn.
Oh, but I'm just a little shy girl.
You're just exactly. You're just a
You
little shy girl.
probably use that to your advantage, don't you? You're like the innocent looking butt, aren't you? Mm-hmm. I can see it.
So yeah, needless to say, I have a book I carry around with. I have notes, and if I observe people around me, there's a lot of people in my book.
Now,
This is so good.
Caitlin, where can your fans find you?
I do have a Twitter. It's Katlin Mastandrea, except the last A of my name is cut off.
It's too long.
It's too long, I'm afraid. Twitter said no, so
Twitter said no.
it cut off my A.
Aw.
Well, everyone, please follow her there because she's been unbelievable tonight. I've enjoyed
You
you
have
so
been.
much.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Exactly.
Where can we find you guys?
So I'm Dua Kaissi. You can find me on Twitter at Dua Kaissi. That's DUAKAISSI on Twitter, or you can find me on Facebook under the same name.
And I also can be found under Lauren Leonelli on Facebook and also at Lauren Leonelli, LAURENLEONELLI on Twitter.
I'm Derrial Christon. You can follow me on at Derrial, DERRIAL, last name CHRISTON. And I want to give a special shout out to our other co-host who is not here tonight,
Anna Koppel.
Anna Koppel.
Anna.
Koppel for mayor.
Koppel for mayor.
Follow her.
And follow us, or follow her as well. But look for us next week for our next recap for episode 5 of Anger Management. Thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to go to iTunes and comment and vote.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.